Cool FM presents Pop Culture. Hosted by Andres Clemente. Get ready to dive into entertainment news and amazing music. Ready, set, go.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Pop Culture. I'm Andres Clemente, your host. It is Tuesday, and we have a good one today. Yes, we are going to be doing not a top 5 per se. I am going to be joined by a mastermind of movies that, honestly, I've never in Panama met a bigger fan. Mr. Daniel Motta will be joining me. We will be doing a countdown of 5 actors each that we believe will win an Oscar in the next 5 years. Okay? That's sort of the game today. Each of us made a list of 5 actors that will win an Oscar in the next 5 years. It's going to be fun. And trust me, don't believe what I say on this list. Believe what Daniel says on this list. This man knows. This man is fan. This man studies. This man knows his things, guys. Anyways, I have to say, I want to give a big shout out to some guys that I've actually known since college, but I don't see them around a lot. And I actually bumped into one of them and this morning at Price Mart, and I want to give a shout out to the Ureña brothers. Yes, they are the proud owners of a great bar/restaurant, Beers and Bros, or Bros and Beers. I actually don't know the order right now, but great place. He told me they're surviving with delivery. Go for it. And they have a nice bakery now called El Mundo del Pan. It's only online right now. Check them out on Instagram. Check them out on the web. Hey man, shout out. You know why I'm giving them a shout out? Because they're nice guys. They're nice dudes. And nice people deserve a shout out on Pop Culture. And they actually enjoyed the show. Anyways, shout out to them, man. Ureña brothers, you guys rock. Let's take a quick break and we will come back with Daniel Motta and that list of 5 actors who we believe will win an Oscar in the next 5 years.
I love pop culture.
And we are back with Pop Culture. I'm Andres Clemente, your host. And on the line, hopefully he's still taking people out, bringing people in. He's debating which actor will win an Oscar in the next 5 years is Daniel Motta from Movie Guru. My friend, are you there?
Hello, Andres. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, perfectly.
Perfect. I hope we don't have technical issues like last time. I'm excited for this topic because
it's a passion of yours.
Me, I'm obsessed.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm obsessed with everything that has to do with Oscars, so I'm excited for this conversation we're about to have.
I mean, I told the listeners, man, don't listen to my list. Listen to your list. I am 100% sure that you went in deep research for this list.
Oh, I did my research. I really did my research.
There you go.
I'm eager to start.
I know you, my friend. By the way, are you still over there outside the city? Or you're back?
Yeah, right now I'm in... No, right now I'm in Farallón, like close to the Cameron, staying a bit far from the city, but working from here and doing my stuff from here.
Nice. I'm so envious. But I gotta be honest, I like my studio. I feel like a little box free of germs. That's what I feel like right now. I'm in my little box.
I hope it doesn't have any germs and that you take care of yourself.
No, man. We Lysol this. Every broadcaster that comes in here, we Lysol the hell out of this place. This is.
That's great. That's great to know.
Better than a hospital right here. My friend, tell me a little bit about what went into your research. I want to know what your parameters were for choosing an actor. I'm curious.
Okay, so I really put a lot of thought into this, and one of the first factors that I really thought about was that overdue factor. Okay. Because I feel like we have a lot of actors that feel like superstars that when you ask someone like, did you know this guy have not won any Oscars? It's almost like an amazing, like a surprise. So I have a few actors of this that people think they have Oscars, but they don't. So they're just waiting for the right role. And also just range. Like all these actors I'm about to mention, I've seen them in different movies, in very different characters. And I know that they can pull that like Oscar role.
Okay. What other factor did you go on? Because I also have, I think two of my picks are on that range that people are like, how does this person doesn't have an Oscar? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and also, like, I feel like if they have like a lot of time in their industry, that also helps a lot. When you feel like these actors like since the 90s, like kind of like Leo DiCaprio, like Natalie Portman, all these names become so ingrained into our like pop culture that they eventually win those Oscars, and I put a lot of that into my list.
Okay, wow. Interesting. I'm so curious. What did you have any other factors regarding like age of the person or previously nominated, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, definitely previously nominated, but I have like one or two that are kind of left curves with that factor, but still previously nominated helps a lot in my list.
Okay. Do you think you have any surprises that I will not expect? Do you have any surprises on your list?
I think so, maybe one or two, but like I feel like most of them are people that we could repeat in both of our lists because they are really overdue.
Okay, do you have any?
We'll see. We'll see.
Do you have any repeat Oscars? Because I told you on the phone, it doesn't have to be their first Oscar, but we were just saying they will win an Oscar in the next 5 years. Do you have any repeats?
Yeah, I do have one. I have one repeat.
Ooh, I have one as well.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same, man. I wonder if our minds are connected on the same person. We believe.
We'll see. I have a good feeling about it.
There you go.
We'll see.
We have to say R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman because he was one of the actors that was poised for an Oscar nomination soon, sadly, and he sadly passed away super early at the age of 43.
He was one of those actors that he was just waiting he was waiting for the right role, like I previously said, and I really felt like he had a big future as an actor, so it really came as a surprise, those really sad news. So R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, definitely.
Yeah, and did you know he had cancer? To imagine he did Black Panther with cancer, stage 3, is remarkable to me. It's like, wow, this man really was like a master craftsman to be able to do that.
Yeah, and that blows my mind. Like,
yeah.
In hindsight, when I see videos of him like working out or like hanging out with sick children at hospitals, it really hits you hard because this guy was silently struggling with this sickness, but he still kept like his head up, and he knew the icon that he was for a lot of people, especially with Black Panther. And I feel like he really like solidified his legacy by being so strong, and that's what's so respectable about it.
Do you think Marvel knew he had cancer?
I don't know. That's a good question because I feel like with this movie are really demanding. So yeah. I feel like someone on set probably had to know, like, to take the necessary precautions around Chadwick, etc. So I feel like maybe someone knew, but they definitely it feels like they did a lot to keep it a secret.
What I'm thinking is, for those movies, and I think for every movie actually, you need to have an insurance policy. And I'm assuming to have an insurance policy on these actors, you need to take some sort of physical. You need to fill out a form, and he needs to let people that he has stage 3 cancer because he's had it since 2016, and Black Panther came out in 2017. So his first,
I think so.
His first role as Black Panther, his first movie as Black Panther, he already had cancer, and he knew about it. So interesting stuff.
Yeah.
My friend, let's not dive into that sad story. Let's go into the happy story of Oscar nights that hopefully we'll get this year. We don't know. It might be virtual this year. Who knows? But let's start with your number 5. Who is your number 5 in your list of actors that will win an Oscar? By the way, I have to say, I have 6 right now. So during this show, I'm gonna have to erase 1. I have 6 on my list.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to go with the flow.
Okay. This is in no particular order, but yeah. I want to start with the ladies first. Just because ladies go first, and these 2 ladies that I have here are 2 big stars, so I want to talk about them. My first name that I'm going to mention is going to be Amy Adams.
There you go. She is also on my list, my friend. So there we go. We start strong.
Okay. That's great.
Also nice on my list. Why did you have Amy Adams on your list?
Okay, so Amy Adams basically in the last few years has become the female Leonardo DiCaprio when it comes to that overdue factor. This is an actress that has been in Disney movies. She has been nominated for 6 Oscars, and she has that It Hollywood star, that It Hollywood factor. I mean, and she's just extremely recognizable. I feel like she's just waiting for the right role. And we already know she has a great range with all these roles that she has done, The Fighter, Rival, all of these. I feel like she's just waiting for that meaty role where she can really like showcase all that she can do. And I feel like that's coming in the next few years, definitely.
I agree. I checked out her filmography that's coming up, and there's a bunch of movies in there that look like Oscar bait films. Let's start right off the bat with Hellbilly Elegy, I think it's pronounced. She's the title. She's the lead on that. She is. It is a Ron Howard movie. You know the Oscars love some Ron Howard. That could be one.
That's right.
Okay. Then The Woman in the Window. I vote for this one to be the big one. She's gonna win it for, I believe. It is a movie by Joe Wright. You know Joe Wright from Atonement. He loves some drama. Okay. And she plays an agoraphobic woman living alone in New York. And she begins spying on her new neighbors, only to witness a disturbing act of violence. And if you see the trailer, she's like unhinged, and people start like saying she's crazy, and she's saying she's not crazy. It's one of those roles, meaty roles, and Joe Wright, again, he knows human drama. So I like that movie for her to be, and it's an R-rated drama as well. I'm a fan of that for her Oscar, more than Hellbilly, more than Ron Howard. Then we got Zack Snyder's Justice League. You know she's Lois Lane, a big draw for people. She might win an Oscar for that. Who knows? She might be a supporting actress Oscar for Zack Snyder. That must be the saddest story if she wins for a movie like that.
Yeah,
with her talent. And Disenchanted.
Yeah, definitely. That would be horrible.
Yeah, Disenchanted would be horrible as well. Disenchanted is a sequel for Enchanted, the nice little cartoon hybrid she did for Disney many, many years ago. And the other one I think she might get an Oscar for is the movie of the Broadway musical Dear Evan Hansen. She was just cast as. I think that's those 3 films, Hillbilly Elegy, Women in the Window, and Dear Evan Hansen. I think those are three big draws for her for an Oscar. And those are coming up in the next 5 years. So I also have Amy Adams for those reasons. And as you say, she deserves one. She's been nominated 5 times now, and she's never won. So give her an Oscar.
Six times.
6 times, there you go. 6 times. Amazing stuff. Okay, my friend. On my list, number 5 was Amy Adams. Who is your number 4? Your other lady.
Okay, so my number 4, yeah, it's gonna be another lady, and it's gonna be Saoirse Ronan.
There you go. That is my cross-off, Daniel. That is the 6th person on my list that I crossed off. Tell me first, why do you have it on your list, and then I'll tell you why I crossed her off.
Okay, so basically Saoirse Ronan, she's only 26 years old, and she's already been nominated for 4 Oscars, which is already pretty impressive. But not only that, all of these 4 movies for whom she has been nominated, all of these were nominated for Best Picture, meaning that she has that presence. She has that factor that people want to go to the movies to watch her. And I feel like with Lady Bird and Little Woman recently, she has become like an icon for millennials in some way. And I feel like, just like we did with Emma Stone a few years ago, just like we did with Jennifer Lawrence a few years ago, I feel like Saoirse Ronan is gonna get that moment, like that it girl moment at the Oscars eventually, and probably in the next 5 years.
Okay, I like it, but here's the reason why I crossed her off, my friend, because you mentioned something that was one of my main reasons that I crossed her off. I think she missed her boat on an early Oscar. That is my take on it. I think now she's going to have to wait the Amy Adams thing, and she will get an Oscar eventually when she's like 35, 40 years old. I truly believe so. I think she missed her boat. She was, as you mentioned, she's been nominated 4 times. She was nominated for Lady Bird. She was nominated for Little Women, and she did not get any of those. Right now, she has one movie in the pipeline. One movie only, at least as IMDb tells us. And it's an Oscar bait film. It's a movie with Kate Winslet. It's a period film, etc., etc. But do you really think Saoirse Ronan is gonna get an Oscar for a period film? I don't know, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. And the fact that she has no more other films coming up, at least in her IMDb, maybe she's gonna go the Jennifer Lawrence route and take a break. What happens if she takes a break? She's been working nonstop for a long time.
Okay, I'm gonna say I kind of disagree with you. I kind of disagree with you, Andres, but I understand where you're coming from because she's been frequently nominated so many times that it feels like she just had her time. But I still feel like she's constantly doing more movies. Like I feel like I've seen her every year in a big movie. And I don't know, you may be right. She could go for that Oscar when she's like a Kate Winslet type of actress, when she's like 30-something or 40-something. But I feel like with that movie that's coming up, I forgot the name, the one with Kate Winslet. I feel that's a really meaty role. And with these last few years, Lady Bird and Little Woman, by the way. I feel like she. Okay, I'm on it. Okay. I feel like with her last two roles, Little Woman and Lady Bird, the competition was really stiff. Like there was someone else who had that it factor more than her somehow. But like with this Hillbilly Elegy, or maybe in the next role after that, I feel like, I don't know, we could see Saoirse Ronan walking that podium eventually.
Okay. It could happen. It could happen. I just believe she is right now on another boat. She's on another train. She's not in the early Oscar train. She's not in the Jennifer Lawrence train right now. So for that one, my number 4 is a person that I believe was in the Saoirse Ronan early Oscar thing, and she also missed her boat, and she took a little bit of a break, and now she's going to make a comeback in the next 5 years and get that Oscar, and that person is Jessica Chastain. That's who I have right there.
Oh.
Okay. Jessica Chastain, when she came off the bat, she was like hot. Every movie she was in, boom, 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 Oscar nominations, critical praise, etc., etc. Suddenly she disappeared. No more Oscar racing, no more big movies. I think the last one people really remember her for is Molly's Game, and that was like 2-3 years ago. Now she's making a little bit of a comeback. Okay, she starred in an action film next, which looks horrible, so let's not count that. Okay, but later, she starts hitting the Oscar bait films. You have The Eyes of Tammy Faye, which is a biopic. You know, people like some biopics, and I'll tell you the story right now. An intimate look at an extraordinary rise, fall, and redemption of televangelist Tammy Faye Baker. Oh, you know that's a meaty role out there for Jessica Chastain. Then she has a movie called The Good Nurse, which is a nurse that gets blamed for a bunch of deaths in her hospital. Meaty role for Jessica Chastain, Oscar bait right there. Then she has Losing Clementine, which is an author that decides to kill herself in 30 days, and then she takes like a road trip, try to tie up loose ends before she kills herself. Ah, man, you are listening to that Oscar shining. They're inscribing the name on those, my friend. They're inscribing the name on one of those. You know it, Daniel. You know it. So that's why Jessica Chastain is my number 4 on my list.
I'm going to say I kind of agree with you because Jessica Chastain has been a force in the last few years. I feel like she came out of nowhere. Maybe with The Help was the first movie that she started getting some recognition.
Yeah.
And she was, like you said, role after role after role, just going after those nominations. And I just feel like because of that break that she took, I kind of forgot about her. I seriously didn't even come up with her name when I was thinking of this list. But now that you mention her, I feel like you're totally right. That's an actress that we could see winning an Oscar in the next few years, especially with The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but I feel like that's a really meaty role. It reminds me kind of like what Cate Blanchett did with Mrs. America.
Yeah.
That's a limited series she just did a few months ago. And it's kind of like that role, that kind of like Trump voter role that liberals love to vote for.
And people are gonna hate the character like but love it as well. Like, it's gonna be one of those roles.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be one of those roles, definitely. So I feel like that's a really meaty role that could bring her that Oscar.
There you go. My friend, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we go with your number 3, sir. Here we go.
I need pop culture.
And we are back with Pop Culture. I'm Andres Clemente, your host, and we are doing a 5 countdown of 5 actors that we believe will win an Oscar in the next 5 years. Again, 5 actors that we believe will win an Oscar in the next 5 years. And for that countdown, I am joined by none other than movie guru himself, Daniel Motta. Daniel, are you there? Are you back?
I'm here.
Here we go.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah. And the delay is so much better. Now we can actually talk.
Yeah, that's such a relief.
There you go.
Finally.
My friend, so who is 3 on your list? Here we go. So far we have Amy Adams, Saoirse Ronan, Jessica Chastain. That is our list right now. Who is your number 3?
So my number 3 is going to be my first guy, and he's also going to be the only name in my list that has not received any Oscar nominations before.
Okay.
But still, this guy has so much presence and has starred in so many great movies that I feel like he's going to get nominated anytime soon, and I feel like that time's coming soon. And this guy is Michael B. Jordan.
Wow. I got to be honest, man. I am not at all hot on Michael B. Jordan. Overrated, in my opinion. Overrated. Give me your take. Give me your take.
I'm going to have to...
Give me your take.
Okay, I'm gonna have to agree to disagree, but basically Michael B. Jordan has been starring in movies that has gotten great attention in the last few years, starting with Creed, also Fruitvale Station, Black Panther, and with everything that's happening in the world right now, especially in the U.S., I feel like artists of color are gonna start getting more recognition, deservingly so. And this is a guy that's starring in the right roles in the next few years. Listen to me. In the next few years, he's going to work with some of the greatest directors and some of the greatest Oscar getters out there. He has a movie, an untitled project with David O. Russell, who gave an Oscar to Jennifer Lawrence a few years ago. He also has a movie with Danny Boyle, who's also like an Oscar magnet. And he also has a movie... He also has a movie with Ryan Coogler, who is like he's like right now everywhere with Black Panther and Creed. So I feel like he has that potential and that it factor. He's gonna be like that actor. People are gonna start like learning his name when he get that it role. When he does it, I feel like he's gonna be that guy. I don't know why. I just have a feeling about him.
I like the Ryan Coogler one. The Ryan Coogler one, I'll give it to you. David O. Russell is a huge hit or miss. And Danny Boyle the same. So, but I like the Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler and him make a great duo, and I still believe his best performance to date is on a Ryan Coogler film, which is Fruitvale Station. By the way, all listeners out there, you can write to me at the WhatsApp 6301-2810 or on my Instagram at @AndresClemente_ if you have any choices or any picks for Oscar winners in the next 5 years. My friend, my number 3 is a classic. It's a classic. I have no doubt this will happen. You can book this one, okay? You can put all your money. Do you have savings, Daniel? Because if you do, you can put all your money there. Because it's a sure thing.
Okay.
My man Tom Hanks will win an Oscar, another Oscar, his 3rd Oscar in the next 5 years. That is my opinion. That is my belief. What do you think about that?
That's a great one. That's such a good one. I thought about him, but I feel like Tom Hanks has been having like a hard... the last few years have been hard for him getting those Oscar nominations. Like, he finally broke into that long time of no nominations with A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yeah.
But I feel like he could do it. I feel like he's that actor. He's like that male Meryl Streep that America loves, absolutely loves. So I just feel he has to get like a really edgy role, maybe like a villain role, or like a really intense supporting role or something like that, and he will probably get that 3rd Oscar. It's just a matter of time.
My friend, I will give you the list of movies that he will be doing in the next couple of years, okay? and you tell me if Tommy's not getting an Oscar. First comes a movie called News of the World, and it reads like this. It is a Paul Greengrass film, okay? And it is a Texan traveling across the Wild West, bringing the news of the world to local townspeople. Agrees to help rescue a young girl who was kidnapped. Oh, man. Tommy, not doing no biopics no more. He's going all out. Then he has
that sounds really, really interesting.
Then he has a movie called In the Garden of Beasts, okay? Do you know who is the director of that film, my friend?
I have no idea.
Joe Wright. And this is how it reads.
Oh, my God.
A mild-mannered Chicago professor becomes America's first ambassador to Hitler's Germany just before the Nazis began the assert an iron grip across Europe. I mean, Joe Wright, Tommy, battling Hitler, come on. Oscar right there.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. I like it. I like my pick. I think Tommy's going to get a third Oscar. I think that's what he wants before he starts going the Robert De Niro route of doing family films. But he has a long list of movies coming up that I believe he's going for that third Oscar. I think that's his goal. And he's the first celebrity that got some coronavirus, and people love some Tommy. And he recovered like a champ. And I like him. I'm all in Tom Hanks. Number 3 on my list.
Sounds good.
What about you, my friend? Well, give me your number 2. Give me your number 2. Who's your number 2 on your list?
Okay, so my number 2 is gonna be, like you, an actor that has won an Oscar before. And my number 2 is gonna be our friend Leo DiCaprio.
Really? Wow, interesting.
Yeah. So basically, hear me out. Leonardo DiCaprio is probably the biggest and most recognizable name in Hollywood. And he's got that range. If he proved something with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, is that he can do anything he wants. Like, I feel like he had a lot of critics saying that with The Revenant, it was like he's got that Oscar, now he can rest, like, we don't want to see him anymore or whatever. But like with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I feel like he proved that he can be funny, he can be intense, he can be dramatic, and it's just a matter of time. He's been nominated for 6 Oscars, and like Sean Penn did with Mystic River and Milk a few years ago, Leo could easily capitalize on that it factor to win that second Oscar just a few years after his first one.
What are his future roles? I have no idea. You know, he picks picks and chooses. So the one I've heard from, I let me just look for it. But I know he's doing a Martin Scorsese film, which always helps him. Like, it always gets him nomination. Like with Wolf of Wall Street and with The Aviator. He's doing The Devil in the White... No, Killers of the Flower Moon. That's the one he's doing with Scorsese. Okay.
And it's basically members of the Osage tribe in the United States are murdered under mysterious circumstances in the 1920s, sparking a major FBI investigation.
Oh.
Basically, I heard he's doing like a serial killer in this story.
Oh.
So I feel like that's going to be so edgy.
Nice.
And you could easily give him like that Oscar.
I like Bad Leo. I like... He you know what? I think you're right, but he might get like a supporting actor role, which he'll take. I don't think like he'll be the bad guy on that film. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, and it has happened before. They have given like the lead role to the villain before, but I feel if he goes for supporting, that might give him even a greater chance at that Oscar.
I like it. I like that take.
That would be an easy one.
I like that take. I like some Leo DiCaprio, man. He knows how to pick his movies. Like, if there's an actor that has a great track record of picking good films, is Leo DiCaprio. I can't say his full name in English.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's go. Let's take a quick break before we go with my number 2. Let's see. Yeah. Let's take a quick break. Let me look at the time. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with my number 2, and then number 1 on our list. No particular order, by the way. We're not saying it's a sure thing number 1 and not a so sure thing number 5. We just made a list of 5. Anyways, let's take a break. We'll be right back with more 5 actors that will surely win an Oscar in the next 5 years with Daniel Motta. Here we go.
I love pop culture.
And we are back with Pop Culture. I'm Andres Clemente, your host, and we are doing a countdown of 5 actors that will win, that we believe will win an Oscar in the next 5 years. And with me, my guest, movie guru himself, Daniel Motta, who is on the line. Daniel, are you back? Are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Here we go. We left your number 2, which I love. It was Leo DiCaprio, your number 2 on your list. My number 2 on my list is a lady that has conquered the television world, and she decided that she's now going to conquer the silver screen, and that is Elizabeth Moss.
Oh my God, okay. I thought of that one. I really thought of that one.
Elizabeth Moss is mostly known for TV. She was Peggy in the popular TV show Mad Men, which she did not win an Oscar, got many nominations, but then she came to Hulu with The Handmaid's Tale, and she became a heavy favorite and eventually won the Emmy for Best Actress. Now she's moving on to movies, getting her big horror film hit in The Invisible Man. Now she's moving on to Wes Anderson on The French Dispatch, another Batch of Honor, and then she goes on a run for movies looking for Oscar. After The French Dispatch, she's doing a movie with Taika Waititi, the next Taika Waititi film, called Next Goal Wins, which is, I'm excited. You know, I'm a Taika Waititi fan. And then she does a miniseries called The Shining Girls, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a movie about the twins on The Shining, which
that's
a TV series on the.
That's weird.
That's super weird. But then she has a movie called Run, Babbitt, Run, which I think will be her big Oscar bait film, and I'll read as follows. Elizabeth Moss plays a fertility doctor who believes firmly in life and death, but after noticing the strange behavior on her young daughter, must challenge her own values and confront a ghost from her past. I like it. I'm in on that one. I think Elizabeth Moss will be the big winner on an Oscar in the next 5 years. I think she will be on the later half on those 5 years. It's not going to come in the next couple years, but she's going to keep picking roles and start getting into that Oscar baity film. And I think she's coming. I like it. Elizabeth Moss.
I'm going to say I agree with you. I agree with you completely, because when I was doing this list, right now I'm like watching all the Emmy-nominated shows, rewatching some, and I was just binge-watching season 3 of Handmaid's Tale. And I was thinking to myself, like, you know, Elizabeth Moss, like you said, this woman conquered the TV world already with 2 very different and iconic roles. Yeah. And he's just waiting for that edgy role. I feel like he's kind of like I don't know with what actress I could compare her, but he's really like a character actor that is not afraid of deglamorizing herself and going like really into those like psychic or really weird characters. I feel like she's just waiting for that one role, and she's definitely got it.
Agree. Elizabeth Moss, she has it. You mentioned himself. She has it. She knows her thing. My friend, what is your number 1? That actor you believe for sure will win an Oscar in the next 5 years.
So my number 1 role is gonna be my favorite actor of all times.
Wow!
And that's gonna be one of my favorite actors of all time is probably like my favorite actors of recent times, and that's gonna be Mr. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Sir, I'm not gonna kid here. I was about to ask if I could guess your number 1 before you said it, but I was like, no, let him say it. And I was going to guess you were going to say Jake Gyllenhaal. I know you're a huge fan, and Jake Gyllenhaal is another one of those actors that really knows how to pick roles. So what is your take on Jake Gyllenhaal? Why do you believe he will win an Oscar in the next 5 years?
So basically, Jake Gyllenhaal is that actor. He's only gotten 1 Oscar nomination before, which surprises the hell out of me. But he's gotten so many iconic roles. I'm forgetting all of them right now, but like Donnie Darko, Prisoners, Southpaw. Like he always has that one movie every year where he surprises the hell out of us. And he's a child actor. Like he's been doing it since the 90s. And I feel like just like Leo, just like Matthew McConaughey, he's one of those actors like just waiting for that serious, like really mature role, and he's gonna get it. Like it's just a matter of time. I've been looking into his next few films.
What do you have?
He doesn't have anything like big. He has 3 movies right now in the next few years in his IMDb. One is called Rio, in which he plays a financial reporter that travels to Rio de Janeiro to visit a wealthy friend only to get sucked into a plot to fake his friend's death, which sounds really like a left curve for him, but I feel like, yeah, it sounds really intriguing. He also has a movie called The Anarchist versus ISIS, which sounds very current. It's a group of American activists joining forces with the Kurdish militia group to help defeat ISIS in Syria. I don't know, that could be like a really edgy movie that gets like a Best Picture nomination and could push him to that Best Actor Oscar.
Okay.
And also he has a movie called Snowblind, described as Prisoners meets Running on Empty. And it's basically like a tense noir story, which he plays the main role. And it's like the perfect thing that he can do. He demonstrated it with Nocturnal Animals and with Prisoners and with Zodiac. Like, he loves those mystery thrillers. It's the best that he can do, and I feel like he could really get it for one of those films that he loves to do.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal was on my short list, but did not quite make it because my number one is my dude, Poe Dameron himself, Oscar Isaac. I think Oscar Isaac is due for at least a nomination in the next couple of years and an Oscar win in the next 5. Oscar Isaac, in my opinion, an underappreciated actor. He has such a presence on screen. He has done the big franchise in Star Wars and X-Men. He has done the indies. He has done the sci-fi, the western. He has done musicals. Like, he has done everything. He has done the Coen films. Like, I mean, it's time he gets that Oscar nomination. Next up, he has Dune, which is directed by Denis Villeneuve, who is a favorite of ours. After that, he has a movie called Big Gold Brick, which is he will play the lead, and I will read as follows. It recounts the story of fledgling writer Samuel Liston and his experiences with Floyd Devereaux, the enigmatic middle-aged father of 2 who enlists Samuel to write his biography. There you go. And after that, this is the one I'm putting my money on. He has a movie called The Card Counter. Okay, this movie is written and directed by none other than Paul Schrader. Paul Schrader is known for First Reformed with Ethan Hawke. Check out what this movie reads. A gambler and former serviceman who sets out to reform a young man seeking revenge on a mutual enemy from their past. That is the movie I am in. I think Oscar Isaac can you believe he's only gotten a Golden Globe nomination? That's all he's received in his life.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, I feel like the first time I saw Oscar Isaac was with Ex Machina, and that blew my mind away. Like, that was such a weird role, but such a great role for him to do. And I started watching all of his films after that. Like, I saw Inside Llewyn Davis, obviously the Star Wars franchise, and little stuff around. But, like you said, he's got that presence. And it would be amazing. I think he's Latin American, right? He's from...
I think he's from... I think his parents are from, like, Chile or something.
And that would be awesome. Like, I feel like the last time we got a Latin American actor winning an Oscar was probably, like, maybe Javier Bardem or maybe Penelope Cruz, something like that. And I feel like it's time again to get that representation in the Oscars again for us Latin Americans.
I gotta be honest, I understand his name is Oscar Isaac and his parents are Chilean, but I don't even know he speaks Spanish. So
I think I've heard him. I've heard him speaking Spanish in interviews. Yeah. I think I've heard him speaking Spanish in interviews before. But like you said, maybe he's like an American-born. Like maybe just his parents are from Chile or something. Maybe his main nationality is the United States. But still, like I would love to see a little bit of diversity when it comes to more Latin American names in there. Even though he's an American, like
my friend. My friend Gustavo, one of our listeners, has corrected me. He says, yes, he does speak Spanish, and he is from Guatemala originally. His parents, not from Chile. There you go, man. He knows.
Yeah.
He's from Guatemalan and Cuban descent. There you go. And he actually, Gustavo gave us another name. I don't know. Give me your take on this. Pedro Pascal. What do you think of Pedro Pascal?
Oh, Pedro Pascal is getting a lot of attention right now with The Mandalorian. And I think would be like
I think Pedro Pascal is right now on another train. He's on the superstar train. Like he's doing The Mandalorian. He's doing Wonder Woman. I think he's looking for bigger tentpole like franchises more than Oscars. But who knows? Pedro Pascal is a great actor. So, but I like him.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a fan. My friend.
Yeah. And if we're doing honorable mentions, I want to mention one more that I struggled so much to take him out of my list.
Oh, I like it.
Mention him.
Is it Jared Leto?
So, no, my secret number 6 is gonna be Ewan McGregor because he's a guy that for some reason he hasn't got any Oscar nomination before, but he's in some of my favorite movies. He was Renton in Trainspotting. He did a great job with the Shining sequel last year. And he has like that, he's constantly like doing different interesting roles. Maybe because he's too much of a white guy, like people just pass him by. But like, I feel like he has the name and he has like the track record to eventually maybe get an interesting role and get that Oscar, maybe a supporting one, I don't know. But I feel like I love Ewan McGregor. Like,
I gotta be honest,
he could do it easily.
I'm a huge fan of Ewan McGregor. Really huge fan. And he came up when I was making my list. But Ewan McGregor, there's a theory out there in life that Ewan McGregor is one of those. He's in his own stratosphere where he is super famous, but at the same time not so much. So he is not enough to carry a film on its own, but he's too big to be like a supporting cast member. And I'll give you some examples. His movie Dr. Sleep. The movie is not bad, but the movie did not do well. Ewan McGregor was not able to push that movie through the finish line. Birds of Prey, same thing. Like he is in one of those realms where he's not quite like a movie star, but he's too big to be like a supporting cast player. So I don't know. So
I'm gonna make a weird comparison. Make a weird comparison here. But even though these other actors much younger, I feel like Ewan McGregor could go down the line like maybe like a Rami Malek, who was practically unknown before he won that Oscar. He just had Mr. Robot and he was like kind of known around, but maybe he just needs like that movie bigger than his name. I don't know, he could play like a really famous biopic, like an ex-president or an ex-rock star. I don't know, like he could get like that one movie that people have to watch, and then they're gonna start recognizing him. Because I agree with you, he's that actor that only maybe cinephiles know about him, maybe movie lovers know about him, but he still can't carry a blockbuster quite yet, because he still needs like maybe those like more blockbuster films and those great roles to really get into that mindset of people who are voting for Oscars or whatever.
There you go. I hope he does well. Gustavo also mentioned Will Smith. I disagree with you on that one, Gustavo. I think Will Smith is enjoy his genie enjoy Aladdin's genie. I don't think Will Smith is going for any Oscars in the next 5 years. Maybe later on in life he'll get like a lifetime achievement award. I'm so sorry, Big Will. I know a lot of Big Will fans from this listeners, but I don't think Big Will is making the right choices regarding roles lately. That's what I'll say about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that.
My friend, thank you so much for joining me. This was so much fun. Say hi to your Cine Club PTY members. I know you're doing 12 Angry Men tomorrow, correct?
That's right. We're doing 12 Angry Men. And as always, I want to invite any listeners who wants to join. Basically, just follow us at cinemaclub.pty. The next movie we're discussing is 12 Angry Men. We're discussing it tomorrow at 6 p.m. And the link is on our bio. And yeah, it's really fun and it's really relaxed. We just talk about the movie. We talk about what we like, what we didn't like. And again, thank you for having me here, Andres. I love coming here every time. And we'll see if any of us is right in the next few years.
Yeah, I know. We gotta keep these lists alive so we can check. By the way, thank you so much for stopping by, man. That was so much fun. And by the way, 12 Angry Men, the original one, not the Jack Lemmon remake they did in the 90s.
Yeah, the original, the 1957 one.
Yes. Sir, take care. I will hope to see you soon, and enjoy Farallón.
Thank you very much. Take care, you too.
Bye-bye. That was Daniel Motta, and we just made a list of 5 actors we believe will win Oscars in 5 years. Thank you so much, Gustavo, for always pitching in on the show. If anybody has another suggestion, you can always DM me on my Instagram at @AndresClemente_ with your suggestions of which actors do you guys think will win an Oscar in the next 5 years. Also, remember, we are recording these shows now. They are going up on our YouTube channel, Grada Radio. You can check them out right there. Or I started my podcast feed, so you can use any platform you guys use for podcasting, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc., and you will find Pop Culture with Andres Clemente. I highly recommend our segment, Kid Movies Through Adult Eyes with Simon Tejeda. We have done 4 movies right now, Frozen, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and last week, Hunchback of Notre Dame. They're all up there, hilarious. Me and Simon really dig deep in trying to save Disney villains, man. We're trying to make cases for them. They're not so bad. Guys, take care. Good luck, Gustavo, by the way, with your Rockets. Tomorrow, they're not playing today. Tomorrow, Game 7. Oh, man, you must be scared. Guys, take care. I will see you tomorrow. I will be by my lonesome. We will be talking entertainment news and other stuff. Bye-bye.
Andres Clemente signing off. Tune in to Pop Culture from Monday to Friday at noon. We'll be back.